Have you ever wondered why, after everything's said and done, so many women end up regretting losing a good man? The one who genuinely cared, stayed loyal, and loved her even when things got tough? It's one of those quiet regrets that hits hardest when it's too late. The first look and the underestimation. Let's be honest, in the beginning, a good man doesn't always seem that exciting. He's not the one who plays mysterious or leaves you guessing. He's open, honest, maybe even predictable, in the sweetest way. But sometimes that's exactly why he gets overlooked. When we first meet someone who treats us right, we don't always realize what that really means. It feels too easy, too calm, too stable, and we mistake that peace for boredom. At first glance, the good man doesn't try to impress with grand gestures or smooth words. He listens, remembers small details, and shows up when he says he will. And somehow, that simple consistency doesn't sparkle as much as the chaos that often comes with someone who plays games. So, some women walk away, thinking they'll find something better. But later, they realize they already had something rare, someone who didn't just want attention, but wanted connection. The realization of value. You see, the real regret starts when time passes and reality sinks in. Because a good man is not just a romantic partner. He's a safe space. He's the calm after every storm, the person who brings peace instead of drama. When life starts showing its rougher edges, that kind of love starts to look golden. There's something incredibly grounding about being with someone who makes you feel secure, not just emotionally, but mentally and spiritually too. Studies even show that women in stable, supportive relationships experience lower stress levels and better emotional well-being. But here's the thing, stability doesn't always look exciting at first. It's subtle. It's in the way he texts good morning without fail, the way he notices when something's off with you before you even say a word. And when that's gone, that's when the absence speaks the loudest. Because once you've had peace, chaos starts feeling unbearable. Once you've experienced consistency, inconsistency feels like pain. And that's when regret begins to whisper, louder each day. Why the good guy gets taken for granted. Sometimes we assume a good man will always stay because he forgives easily, because he's patient, because he loves deeply. But even the strongest hearts get tired. A good man might stay through storms, but he won't stay where he's not valued. And when he finally walks away, it's rarely out of anger. It's out of quiet acceptance. It's easy to take kindness for granted when it's always there. When someone constantly checks on you, supports your dreams, and stands by you, you start thinking that's just normal. But when he's gone, the silence hits differently. The texts don't come anymore. The comfort, the laughter, the gentle understanding, it all disappears. And suddenly, that man who once seemed too soft or too available becomes the one she can't stop thinking about. When comparison strikes. At some point, life has a way of teaching hard lessons through comparison. The woman who once thought she could do better starts meeting other men, and that's when things start to shift. She realizes not everyone loves purely, not everyone communicates honestly, not everyone means what they say, and not everyone has the patience to truly understand her heart. That's when memories of the good man start flooding back. The small moments, the late-night talks, the way he never made her feel small, even during disagreements. Those memories come back stronger when she faces people who only offer half-effort love. Suddenly, what she once called boring starts to look like peace. What she thought was too much effort starts to feel like devotion she wishes she hadn't lost.
The emotional aftermath. Regret is a powerful emotion. It creeps in slowly, often when the noise quiets down. When she's alone, replaying moments in her mind, realizing how rare that connection really was. Maybe she sees him moving on, laughing again, glowing differently, maybe even holding someone else's hand. And that's when it hits hardest. Because a good man doesn't stay broken after heartbreak. He rebuilds, he grows, and when he gives his love again, It's even stronger, just not to her. That's a kind of pain that sits deep. It's not just about missing the person. It's about realizing you had something extraordinary and let it go. It's understanding too late that love built on loyalty and effort is far more valuable than the thrill of something new. What makes a good man so different? A good man is different because he doesn't just love, he invests. He invests his time, his trust, his energy. He listens when no one else does. He gives when he has little left. He protects, not out of pride, but out of care. And that's what makes losing him such a deep regret, because that kind of love doesn't come around often. There's a quote that says, "A good man's love is a once-in-a-lifetime feeling. If you're lucky enough to have it, hold on to it." And there's truth in that. Because genuine love isn't just about romance. It's about respect, loyalty, and the kind of partnership that makes life a little lighter, a little brighter. When a woman looks back and sees that she had that, someone who supported her dreams, stood by her flaws, and still chose her every day, she realizes how rare that was. And sometimes that realization doesn't come until it's far too late to fix. But here's something important. Regret doesn't always have to end in bitterness. Sometimes it becomes a lesson. Losing a good man can open a woman's eyes to what real love should feel like. It teaches her to stop chasing what looks shiny and start valuing what feels right. It teaches her to see beyond surface charm and appreciate genuine effort. In a world that often glorifies toxic love and drama, realizing the worth of a good man becomes a turning point. It's when she finally understands that love isn't supposed to be a roller coaster. It's supposed to be a home, steady, warm, and safe. And once she understands that, she never looks at love the same way again. Regret lasts because it's tied to memory and what-ifs. What if she had stayed? What if she had appreciated more and complained less? What if she had chosen peace over pride? Those questions linger for years because deep down she knows she had something real. And the hardest part? Watching that good man become someone else's blessing. Seeing him give the same love to another woman, but this time she appreciates it. That's when the regret transforms into a quiet ache. Not because she hates him for moving on, but because she knows she was once loved in a way most people spend their whole lives searching for. So, if you're watching this and you've ever had a good man in your life, someone who truly cared, showed up, and stayed loyal, take a moment to think about what that means. Don't let small frustrations blind you from seeing genuine love. Because once that kind of man walks away, he doesn't look back. And if you're that good man who's ever been taken for granted, know this: your kindness isn't weakness. Your loyalty isn't overlooked forever. One day, someone will see the value that was ignored, and they'll hold it tight, because a good man's love is not replaceable, it's timeless. At the end of the day, every woman who loses a good man eventually realizes that peace, honesty, and effort are far more attractive than mystery and chaos. It's just that sometimes the lesson comes too late.